Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with my main Golem deck in Clash Royale that just got so much stronger. After the addition of Phoenix, the baby dragon is out and the Phoenix is in. With a faster attack speed, more damage, death damage, and also the ability to respawn, it is way easier to win. But if you still don't have Phoenix leveled up, baby dragon works great. As long as you get an advantage with elixir collectors, you build up a big push with a lumberjack raging up your golem, electro dragon, and Phoenix that gets revived. And as your endless spam gets born, your opponent's towers will be completely torn. With the splash damage from the electro dragon, dark prince, double small spells, and the Phoenix death damage, you're gonna be set up for success no matter what crazy matchup you play against. This is my main Golem deck in Clash Royale for a reason, and it's one of the best decks to upgrade. So let's go jump straight some games with my main Golem deck and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Thanks to King God Castle for sponsoring the video today. King God Castle is a tactical defense game. It's got the perfect combination of auto battler and defense strategy gameplay. Players can unleash a variety of different strategy using 30+ characters to go through stages. There's a lot of strategy that comes to character combination. Players can merge characters in the stage to max level. The game is very casual at the beginning, so if you start off, you'll have fun no matter what you're doing. But as you dive deeper into the game, there's always something to explore and to learn. One of my favorite parts about the game is the pixel artwork, and I love the character skins. Players can play different concept characters of every other type. King God Castle just had its 2-year anniversary in October 2022. If you log in before the 10th of November, you're gonna get a new hero scroll to celebrate. That way, everyone can start off the game with an awesome new hero. Download King God Castle for free using the link in the description of the video or in the pinned comment. All right, so jumping into this one, we have a beautiful starting hand. That's exactly what we want to see. If I have my elixir collector on deck and I can just cycle a dark prince, I'm only dropping 4 elixir to get to my card that I need. I can also eat the 1 barbarian hit that he's gonna get on our tower because that doesn't matter that much to me. Not going to do too much. He's only going to get like 200 damage. And I can elixir collector in the back right because he's going to get a lot of damage with that golden knight if he commits heavily to that lane. So I don't want to give him that ability to. Okay. Whenever I see someone with golden knight and then also elixir collector, it might be a golem deck like us, but most likely it's going to be 3 musketeers. And if I know one thing about 3 musketeers, it is terrible for us to get in the late game against someone that can just steamroll me with 3 musketeers all on one side. So I want to go golem in the back before he realizes what our deck is. Oh, wait. He's got a golem with golden knight. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Well, this is gonna be fine. I can go in for the lumberjack behind our golem, and then I can also electro dragon. And the reason why I go for lumberjack is it's gonna be the highest damage per second card that I have right now, and then the electro dragon is gonna be able to chain on to multiple things at once. So I think this is a little bit better for us. Oh, does he have a similar deck to me, but he's gonna end up having golden knight instead? I think the golden knight version is 10 times worse. I don't know if he's gonna have lightning though, so I'm a little bit scared. No, he's not gonna have lightning in this deck. But tornado all this stuff together and hit the elixir collector as well, so the electric dragon of ours doesn't die. Maybe I can go in for a dark prince off to the side so the electric dragon targets onto that and doesn't end up hitting our lumberjack and our electric dragon. That was such a good dark prince. He got literally no value with the electric dragon. He's gonna lose his Phoenix in the middle, and then I can go in for a lumberjack as well. Wait, that was insanely good for us. Winning the bridge battle is so satisfying when it works that well. And I think that the electric dragon is gonna keep the Phoenix to stay alive. Yeah, and it's gonna get raged up. Oh my gosh. That must be insanely tilting. After the Phoenix nerf, you feel like it will never respawn anymore, but when it's raged up and it also ends up having the electro dragon stunning your opponent's towers and units, you can get that electro dragon to always keep your Phoenix egg alive. It's like the big mama bird doesn't want her children to die. Okay, so if I can stop this golem push, I'm able to win. So this is all going to come down to this defense. Can I make it happen? Or is this guy going to spam his way to success? If he goes in for an electro dragon or he goes in for a Phoenix, our best bet is using our own Phoenix to counteract that. So I'm going to go in for a barbarian barrel here. And then I'm going to try to get like a lumberjack down and then go for a Phoenix on top of this electro dragon. As you guys already know, if our edrag dies, this game could be over. But fortunately for us, we're going to keep it alive. And then his chances to come back are completely dead. GG, well played and peace out, man. It was a pleasure playing against you, and I mean, you don't have a big spell in your deck because you're going to end up having Golden Knight, Electro Dragon, pretty much the exact same deck as ours, but yeah, you're not going to have any way of doing 700 damage to our tower. As you guys can see, we surely have the superior Golem Elixir Collector deck. I actually say that this is probably the best Golem deck in the game right now. All right, let's get it. So this guy's got Peru Superior in his clan. Let's see if he actually has a superior deck, or if he's the superior Sir. I'm going to go for a Dark Prince in the back because I want to wiggle my way to get my Elixir Collector as quickly as we can. And maybe, if we are sly enough, we can connivingly find a situation where our opponent won't be able to punish me. I don't want to go Golem in the back no matter what I see at the start, unless it's going to be like a electro giant or maybe like a lava hound, I'll consider going same side. But in this type of situation, I could get graveyarded if I went into the golem in the back, and then he would cannon cart graveyard me, and I wouldn't have any elixir to defend. So that would have been insanely problematic. I'm going to go in tornado so the magic archer doesn't do as much damage. And then the death damage of the Phoenix is going to be able to give us a lot. That's hilarious that we were able to finish off the majority of the spear goblins and push back the magic archer. The magic archer freaked out and it's like, wait, that's an egg. I didn't sign up for this, man. I didn't want to go do Jurassic Park right now. All right, I think because our opponent has magic archer and cannon cart, it will probably be a goblin drill deck if I had to guess. So, oh, wait, what? Why do you have lightning with this? I am so confused. Is this another golem player with magic archer, though? Huh. You know, I beat the last golem player because they didn't have lightning in their deck. This time, the guy is going to spice some things up because if I go for elixir collectors, he's always able to lightning that. And then also, he's able to go in for lightnings on my electro dragon. So I need to bait out the lightnings with the elixir collector, get a +1 elixir trade, and then also go in for the electro dragon after he doesn't have that card in cycle. Doesn't look like he wants to lightning or cycle back to it anytime soon because this deck is so freaking slow. But you guys already know we're going to go in for the golem in the back and make sure that we can catapult all of our stuff at the cannon. That cannon is not going to be crossing the river and delivering too much damage to my tower. I think the Phoenix or the Dark Prince will be our best bet at finishing that thing off. If the Golem is able to tank, then that's going to be our best bet for sure, because then I can just use my Phoenix in the sky and watch everything die. All right, we're going to go for the Barbarian Barrel because it cleans up the Spear Goblins, and then I think my Phoenix will also have a probably not the best time in the world, but maybe we can go for an Electro Dragon. It's weird to see so many Golden Knight players in the game. Wait, oh, he's going to kill the egg. Oh, never mind. So Phoenix got a nerf, guys. Phoenix is not supposed to rebirth as easily, but apparently my Phoenixes are built different. I'm going to go in for a Dark Prince here, and then I got to go for Phoenix again, so then his Magic Archer doesn't lock onto our tower. We'll see if he's got a random freeze or something. I think that, wow, Phoenix is really good, but not good enough, apparently. I was hoping that that would work out. I was really optimistic there. All right, I need to go in for another Electro Dragon. My Phoenix is likely to have some problems if our opponent decides to go for a Lightning, but I don't know if he has enough Elixir for that. So I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack. Afterward, I just want to keep spamming at him, and then I'm going to go in for the Tornado. Arrows is able to kill the Phoenix Egg on our side of the map, or if we have a tank on his side of the map. And he was able to pierce through the Golemites, but that's still a lot. Wait, Lumberjack coming up clutch. I think he's not going to have Tornado, so he's just going to go in for a random Golden Knight ability, and he lost the game because he uses Tornado on defense. Let's freaking go, guys. You already know we walk with a win there, and that was a very tough game because the guy kind of made it sketchy at the end, but Phoenix came up clutch. And the Lumberjack in the last remaining seconds chopped down our opponent's tower like a tree and put them in absolute misery. I kind of read his name as the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, but it's just got another 3-letter name. So maybe we can put him in some pain if we go in for the Dark Prince in the back and he doesn't end up having a good answer to that. Okay, so Fisherman is one of those few cards that we are very scared of when we're running Golem. It whisks me away to Never Never Land, where I never get value because it's always able to go and continuously pull my Golem. He won't be bad enough to try to activate King Tower most of the time with it because he'll realize that I'll have Tornado. But if he depends on it to stop my Golem and he drops it like near the King Tower, that would be a pretty bad decision sometimes. If they don't realize that I'm good enough to hold my Tornado. Most of the time they'll drop it like in the other side, or they'll drop it like here in a spot where even if I Tornado, it's still going to pull my Golem and I'm going to get a bad trade. So that's why we want the Fisherman to be out of cycle. And because he has Zappies, it's going to be even scarier. He's probably going to have Skeleton King and like either Goblin Gang or Skeleton Army in the deck if I had to guess. So we need to get a lot of damage here. Actually, I think I saw the Skeleton Army earlier, so I'm not really guessing, right? I think I'm guessing because I forgot that he had that card. I guess I did guess after all. Yeah, there's a Skeleton Army, and he's going to go in for the bird. Well, the bird is kind of annoying. It drops so many turds on my tower every single time it gets a hit. But here's the thing. I can kind of ignore it because I can go in for my own bird in the other side and then go for a Dark Prince and be like, if you don't have lightning, you're going to have a miserable time because the bird is going to die to my tower. And we'll see if he's got lightning. If he's going to lightning on top of the Elixir Collector, that would kind of be something that we would expect. He's going to pull the Golem, but the Golem's already dead, so that doesn't really do anything for him. Are you going to Skeleton Army? Are you going to do anything else? I mean, I definitely want to go a Tornado, all the stuff closer together so that my Dark Prince can splash onto it. And it's raged up. Let's go. So Dark Prince, when it attacks that quickly, it cleans up fast. So then the Phoenix is able to lock onto something that actually matters, like that tower. Oh my goodness, it's melting it right now. And we see that he's got Fireball. So now I can go for Elixir Collector safely in the back and not have to care too much. The bad thing about this game is you don't necessarily know if your opponent's going to end up having Lightning or if they're going to have Fireball. But if they're down Elixir and you can stack up Golems and stack up a whole bunch of supporting cards behind it, that is the way that you want to be playing. Also, I'm going to electro drag in the right-hand side because I want to use Tornado when he goes in for Royal Giant and just make sure that he can't build up a huge push that's going to be scary. Since he doesn't have Tornado in his deck, I'm pretty sure that my Electro Dragon is just going to be chilling there comfortably on my side and watching as all of his world burns down. So we're in a Tornado here. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack, and I'm going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel. As long as he doesn't lock onto my Electro Dragon, we might be able to completely clean this up very nicely. So that's what I try to do when I'm defending against the Phoenix deck or a big beatdown push. I'll typically try to save my Electro Dragon. And as you guys can see, despite us overcommitting and spending like 11 elixir on the left-hand side, no, I spent 12 elixir on the left-hand side with my Phoenix and my Golem, I was still able to defend very comfortably without too many issues. This guy tries the fireball in the last remaining second, but in reality, if he was able to take that tower, he would have gotten 3-crowned by my Golem and Phoenix that he completely ignored. And just taking a look at that guy's profile, he was very good at the game. Currently, he's 531 in the world and Ultimate Champion. Hey, wait, this guy is insanely good. Looking at his banner, you saw that he finished like 16 in the world, so I am probably going to get smacked right now. It doesn't matter, though. We got the big bird, so maybe the bird can give us some value. Okay, I was too busy emoting. I don't know if my bar barrel gets down in time. It does. All right, so probably should prioritize dropping my cards instead of my emotes. But I don't know, guys. The Phoenix emote, it's just so enticing. It's so alluring. This guy's running log bait, so this is going to be a tough situation if he plays it perfectly. But we'll see what we can do. If I can bait out his rocket with the Phoenix, that'd be very funny. Because then the Phoenix would get rebirthed, and it would literally do nothing for him. And then he wouldn't have the rocket for our elixir collector. We might be able to build up a big enough advantage to win. I'm going to go for a lumberjack on the left-hand side so then we don't give him too much spell value. And we'll see what he's going to do. If he goes Goblin Gang, I'm definitely going to tornado it. Okay, yep, definitely going to do that real quick. Make sure that we can finish off the princess fast. Hey, the Phoenix is going to die, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I keep saying it's okay, but I don't know if I'm mentally okay with my Phoenix not getting reborn again. +1 elixir trade every single time that they rocket on top of the elixir collector or they lightning on top of it. It's great for you to see that because you're just looking at it. You're like, hey, positive elixir trades every single time I do that trade. And they'll always do that trade because they can't allow you to get elixir advantage. I'm going to go in for a Dark Prince in the back in the same side that he's likely going to go in. Okay, he's dropping that in the back, so I think the Dark Prince kills everything, so I don't want to spend any extra elixir. And if you guys are wondering, like, Jake, how do you do that? How did you know? I have the eyes of a Phoenix, guys. Basically the eyes of a hawk, but over-leveled and, you know, legendary. So it's pretty strong. You look at the shadow of the Goblin Barrel, and then you're able to deduce where it's going to go. You can look at it's distorted in a certain way, and then if you've played the game a lot, you can look at the distortion and decipher where it's going to go on the map. Anyway, we're just kind of going through the motions. We're doing the exact same thing again. I'm going to tornado. I don't think he can defend this. He's going to try to go for the Electro Spirit again, but he misses it this time. Yo, is the Lumberjack going to give me a hit? Oh, he freaks out and drops a log. That's really good. Now we're getting an even better trade. We got a +1 with the rocket on top of the elixir collector, and we got a +2 with him randomly logging there. Okay, that's off to the left-hand side, so we're going to be able to shut that down, and then he goes in for a Princess of the River. Unfortunately, I didn't predict the Princess, but it's still fine. I think since it is double elixir, you want to go on the same side as your opponent when they've got a log bait deck. Because if they go and spam other side, then they're able to, you know, separate your push. But if I can build up a big push in one side, then we're probably going to get a much better interaction, right? So we'll see if he decides to go for a Goblin Barrel again. He does. I think he drops it off to the right-hand side, so I'm going to go for a Lumberjack again. I think I got to go for a Barbarian Barrel to clean up the Spirit Goblins and then immediately get another Princess. He even logged back my Lumberjack because he didn't want the Lumberjack to kill the Princess quick. This guy is so good. He's going to get back to another Goblin Barrel? I don't think... Yeah, I think he's going to try to. So I'm going to go for a Dark Prince here and try to make a prediction. No! He went in for the dreaded Inferno Tower instead. You know what? Wait. What if I tornado this and I kill the princess with Electro Dragon? Electro Dragon, do the work. Put in the work. Oh, Dark Prince's shield died. This guy is so good. Why is he this good at the game? I don't feel good about this, guys. All right, I'm going to go for Barbarian Barrel. It does clean up the Electro Spirit. This is going to be the best player I've played against in a long time. Like, every single one of his plays has been so precise, and he knows exactly what he wants to do. Most people would slip up and let my Electro Dragon lock onto the tower, do infinite damage, but he killed the Dark Prince's shield, so then he could kill that with the rocket too. I'm going to Dark Prince here. It does kill the princess. It's going to get 2 shots on my tower probably. Oof, yeah, that too was a herder. I'm going to go in for an Electro Dragon again. I think he's trying to get me into range that he can just spell cycle me at this point, so I'm a little bit scared about that. I'm going to try Tornado so then we can kill the Electro Spirit a little bit faster and then reset the Inferno Tower if possible. That'd be really nice. Didn't really work out for us. Just rocketed me again. I hate this man. And he's logging on the Elixir Collector so I don't get too big of an Elixir advantage. Okay, finally we end up having a good card cycle where he doesn't have Rocket in cycle, so maybe we can do something like this. And we don't have Tornado, so that's kind of a problem. I kind of needed that Tornado, guys, not going to lie. He's going to use the Electro Spirit, and then the Golem just got melted so freaking fast. it's even targeting the wrong thing for us. He's going to rocket on the Phoenix just out of disrespect. Out of disrespect on my boy Phoenix. Okay, I need to go Golem, and then we'll see what we can do. I need to build up a huge push. That's off to the left-hand side, so I'm going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel. I'm not going to miss that at least. I can go for a Phoenix on the left-hand side. Maybe we can go in for separate pushes. Or go in for like a Dark Prince in the middle, so that his Inferno Tower targets that instead. And then I can go for my Electro Dragon. Okay, okay, maybe we can find a way. This is actually looking very, very promising for me. I'm saying it's promising because the left-hand lane Phoenix is actually going to put in a lot of work. Don't know if the Golem on the right-hand side is going to do something, but if only the Phoenix would respawn. I guess he was scared of me going in for a Zap or something with that Phoenix. The Lumberjack is still alive. If that Lumberjack locks tower, oh, baby, just a little bit more love. A little bit more love. Let me beat someone better than me. Let me beat someone better than me. Come on, Lumberjack, you know you want it. Okay, I need to probably go in for a Tornado here. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack. He left. He said, good game. Let's go. I just beat someone 10 times better than me. The game was looking sketchy in the mid game, but we definitely got a little bit lucky in the end in double and triple elixir. As you guys can see, if you're persistent and you make sure that you stop as many Goblin Barrels as possible, eventually it will pay off. Because you've got double small spells with Barbarian Barrel and Log, you can beat some of the best players in the game. As you guys can see, he finished 16 in the world in a Royale tournament, and he was a top 200 player with over 8,000 trophies personal best. To jump into the game against GTO, we're going to see what he's up to. Definitely want him to make the first play because I don't have our Elixir Collector in sight. He doesn't want to do anything. I'll go for a Barbarian Barrel. I will get one hit on the tower, and I feel comfortable doing that because a lot of times you're going to get a good Elixir advantage if they drop something a little bit later, like he dropped the Log a little bit later than we dropped the Barb Barrel, so we're probably up like 1 Elixir from that. And then I can Dark Prince in the back, and then we finally see our Elixir Collector in sight. So we see Log and Skeleton King. That makes me feel like it's probably not going to be a graveyard deck because most graveyard decks will have Barbarian Barrel with Skeleton King. So this guy, if I had to guess, it's either going to be Rail Giant or some weird Mortar deck that I haven't seen before. So I'm going to go in for Elixir Collector in the back. And since it's probably going to be RG, I don't want to give him too much Fireball or Lightning value with my other units in the middle. So yeah, it's 100% has to be an RG deck. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack, and then I'm going to go for a Barbarian Barrel. Maybe we can keep the Phoenix alive a little bit longer. Nah, it's definitely dead. But we can still Tornado to whisk back the Royal Giant and hopefully take no damage. Wow, that worked out really well. We have an Elixir Collector in the field. We have a Lumberjack giving us a hit on the tower, putting us in even damage position. And then also, I mean, I have a good card cycle to just cycle one more card and get back to our Elixir Collector. He listened to me. He's like, Jake, I know you want to cycle one more card. Well, let me give you free answers with a Phoenix and a Dark Prince to allow you to just get that super easy cycle. Because Phoenix attacks so fast, I don't want to spend any extra Elixir there. I just want to take an insane Elixir advantage, eat some damage to deal a lot of damage. And when you play against someone that has, you know, a Royal Giant deck with Zappies, Giant Skeleton, maybe Skeleton King, it's annoying to play against. You need to save your Tornado, and you need to be up a lot of Elixir to be able to break through them because they do hard counter your Golem deck. So when we know that he's going to try to go in for a Fisherman to activate King Tower, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Tornado the Fisherman directly into my Golem so he can't activate King Tower. And that's the game plan. That's how we want to play this. We'll see if it works out. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack as well, and then I'm going to try to go for a Dark Prince and less things that are immune to spells. Wait, why would... That's interesting. I think we can just go in for a Barbarian Barrel here. Oh, we hit the Skeleton Army, and we killed the Skeleton King before he was able to get the ability off. He's definitely dead, and he doesn't want to play this game anymore. It's very satisfying to make people rage quit when they have a hard counter to you because you can just stack up a lot of stuff with your Golem and win matchups that are very difficult by gaining Elixir advantage. Even if they have the correct cards to counter you, if they don't have as many cards as you do, you're gonna win. Maybe we're gonna make the Impeccable player put another counter in his deck with the actual Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.